BD5 Pilot with you out at the Hillsboro hangar on a Sunday morning, and I'm back fresh working on the problem I had with the other inspection plate. Now I have this fitting now in a way I'm happy with, but let me go over what I ran into. I got the right side on the rear side on here, and then I got the other side mounted without checking for some of the alignment over here, and I went ahead and put the bottom piece in, got this trimmed, and so I had the three edges all put together, and then I put the plate itself over the top, and the holes here ended up way too close to the edge. The alignment was all wrong, so I had to make a new piece for here, trim this piece down to make it a little bit smaller to fit right, and then I started making a new piece for the top. And what I had to do is drill out the existing rivets in the top. And there's a little ridge here that's for strength. I'm going to need to cut away an area on this backing plate so that that doubler correctly holds this all flush, and then that will all go back together nice and smooth. And since I do have a concern, since the rivets I drilled out, those were countersunk, so the way they fit's different. So I went ahead and got this all pulled back in together to fit correctly, then drilled out to the 1/8 and went ahead and dimple dyed these. So now when I put all the assembly back together and get it clecoed in and do the final drilling for the rest of the alignment, I'm not going to deal with any warps or panels that want to not look correct when I get this back together. So with that fitting the way I was hoping, I'll go ahead and cleco the inspection panel itself back on, and then we'll get to the job of up drilling. So there I have all the fitment verified. So that door is on, has a nice seam to the edge, good fit. So now we'll drill out to 1/8 inch. And there I have the staggered 1/8 holes with the clecos in place. Now I pull the other clecos out, drill it out, and then we work on the where the door is. And there I've got all the doubler attachment holes drilled out, clecoed in, and half of the inspection plate ones. We just have a little bit more to go, and then we'll be taking it over the bench to finish it up and put those nut plates on. Now I've got the doubler back out, and we're just basically looking at how everything lines up when you put this together, because there's a lot of holes there, and I want to make sure I keep straight which one of the holes that get used for the actual cover. And they of course get dimple dyed out to a different size versus which are the holes that are going to take the recessed rivets, and then which are the holes I need to drill these holes for the nut plates, and then put the correct rivets into there. And I think I might, if I have time today, I actually will mix up a little Pro Seal and we'll put both of these inspection plates in so they're finalized. So now we have those nut plates set and drilled, and so I got to pull those off, deburr them, clean up some MEK, do some dimple dyes, and we'll be ready for some assembly. Now that was fun, keeping track of the different dimple dyes that have to be used for all of those holes, and tracking everything so that the correct dimple dye got used in the correct hole. There we go, the nut plates are now installed, so we can go test fit, make sure it screws, and thinking I might have enough time to do a little bit of Pro Seal. We are inching closer and closer to success, so there's the doublers all clecoed back in with the countersunk holes for the rivets, and now we're going to see if that inspection plate screws on with correct alignment. There it is with the screws in, holding the inspection plate in. I've got a nice smooth surface that butts up well. So now disassemble everything, get some Pro Seal mixed up, and there you have it. More Pro Seal mixed up, that lovely stuff which I'm about to smear on these parts and put them in. Well, for the first time in history, that was the perfect amount of Pro Seal. And I managed to get this doubler on with a minimum of mess. And then the hard one to get on, because there's multiple pieces to it, I managed to get all of this on as well. So now the job is going to be pulling those Clecos and putting the AVEX 412 rivets in that are countersunk. Well, other than cleaning up a little bit of Pro Seal, that looks like a good job. And so a little bit of wiping down with the cloth and MEK, and we're going to call it another successful day. Well, I'm happy with successfully getting those 2 inspection plates completed and finally installed, so at least that part of the plane is going to be ready for polishing. The other thing I'm excited about, and I've got a just separate video I put out, but watch that nose wheel now. It's full of nitrogen, so it reacts and responds like it's supposed to, so I won't bend that nose gear door all up when I'm moving it around. BD5 Pilot with you, and I'm calling it quits for today. I'm gonna head home and do a barbecue. Wish you were coming over.